This is my 1984 Chevrolet Corvette, and I'm finally doing a walk-around video. I've had this car for like 6-7 months now, and I haven't made this video yet. I don't know why. So I'm excited to finally do this. I'm going to show you all the cool stuff about it that makes me very happy. I'm going to show you all the uncool stuff about it, and yeah, I'm going to get it out of the garage, start it up, and just do a little walk-around. Here we go. Gotta move my Hyundai first. Hold on. Also, totally have my Corvette outfit on for this video, so leave some appreciation for that down in the comments, if you please. You're obviously about to see a cold start, and it's gonna probably take a little bit of effort because it's a little chilly, but yes, I'm gonna show you what it does to cold start it because it's not the smoothest thing in the world, but that's okay. And I'll explain the reason why, because I do understand what's wrong with it, but here we go. Well, wouldn't you know it, that was the best cold start it's ever had. That was like no trouble at all. So what I was talking about is that it smokes a lot when it cold starts, or really when it starts ever. And like I said, I understand the reason why. And it's because it doesn't receive any reading from the coolant temperature sensor. And that is because the coolant temperature sensor wiring is all messed up because this car has been messed with a lot by previous owners. And to tell you the truth, I don't care enough to fix it. I replaced the coolant temperature sensor. That didn't do it. This is why I don't care, because roadkill is my philosophy. And if you know anything about them, you know that don't get it right, just get it running. And that is my philosophy. Coolant temperature sensor wiring was probably switched around from different cars, and mechanic that I took it to one time said that it looks like other Crossfire engine parts have been swapped onto this one from other engines, and I was like, yeah, don't feel like fixing that. So it still starts and everything, as you can see, and it just runs a little bit rich. It's not too bad, so I can live with that. As you can see, got some custom exhaust on here. That was the main thing that I wanted to do to this car when I got it, is I wanted to trash the stock exhaust and put something awesome on there, and I'm really happy with the way that it came out. So as you can see, we've got one muffler under there in the center with quad tips, and it's dualed. So let me explain what it is exactly. So it's got no converters on it now. I had it true dualed and straight piped for like a month, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a muffler on it. So I did that for a little while, put the muffler on it, and went with a flow chaser straight through dual in dual out muffler. So it's got one of those in the middle, and I'll show a photo right now. And one of those sure does do the job. It allows for the cross flow between the two sides of the exhaust, cutting out a lot of the rasp, and it really doesn't have any rasp at all right now, and I'm very happy with that. Just sounds good. And yep, wanted to go with a straight through muffler because I saw videos of how the Flowmasters sound on these, and I wanted to avoid that tin can sound that can kind of happen to Flowmasters at higher RPMs, and very happy with this muffler. This car is essentially my pirate ship. A couple other minor things that I did fairly quickly once I got the car. Replaced the badges. So these were super worn out. These are just cheapies from Amazon, but they look good. And it had no Corvette nameplate on it at all. I know that the black cars didn't come with the red outline plates like this. They came with black in the middle and silver outlines, but I like that a lot. Those came with the red cars, but I think it looks really good with the black cars, especially ones that have the red interior like this one. So also did this badge as well. Alright, so moving into the interior, which is honestly the best thing about it, and my favorite thing about it. This 80s interior is just like one of my favorite designs out of all Corvette interiors. And yeah, I just love the way that it's so like square Looks kind of like Back to the Future, kind of like Knight Rider, all this awesome stuff. Best thing about the interior, of course, is the digital gauge cluster. When I got this car, one of the only bummers about it really, or one of the bigger bummers about it, was that the digital dash did not work. And so the first thing I did basically when I got it was I took the digital cluster out and sent it to a dude in Texas who rebuilt it for me. I threw it back in with hopes that all the wiring would work, and it sure did, and I'm so happy with that. As you can see, the interior is not horrible. A lot of the carpet has been replaced. Not held on super well to the doors here, but that's fine. You can see there's also no speaker cutouts because they didn't cut those out because the radio doesn't work, which is fine with me because we have AirPods. And did I mention I paid $3,000 for this car? So I didn't expect much of it to work other than the engine, which it does. And that is why I'm happy with it, because all I really wanted was a Corvette from the 80s that I could afford that runs and drives. And that is exactly what I got. So my personal goals with this car, basically keep it exactly how it is now. It's by no means a show car, it never will be. I probably will never paint it. You know why? Because I can't afford it. And that's perfectly okay, like I said, because I want it to be a for fun car. I want to actually drive it and enjoy it, not worry about it. And so that's the way I'm going to go with this. And I'm very pleased with how that's working out so far, because man, it's fun to drive around. $3 grand for an American V8 with rear wheel drive and positive traction from the factory. That's pretty great if you ask me, and it's a lot of fun. Seat covers that this guy had on them already. They are of course red and black, goes well with the car, so I haven't taken them off. As you can also see, there's like 3 or 4 different shades of red in the interior. I choose to look past that and just enjoy the fact that I like the color red anyway, so the more the merrier. Check this out, the launch button for the rear hatch is kind of cool. So one of the only other like interior-ish things that I've done to the car is the rear struts didn't work for the lift glass, so I replaced those. And now, as you can see, it works just fine. You can also see that I'm so good at focusing a camera. I am not a I need to put a screw in that. I am not a photographer or videographer at all, and I'm trying to figure out how to use a camera. So judge me, please. And of course, you're dying to know what the engine of this beautiful car looks like, and it is nothing special, just like you thought. It is, of course, a V8, and like I said, that's all I cared about. It is the venerable 1984 Crossfire injection V8. And yes, many things held together with zip ties. So, embarrassingly, the colored zip ties, I really need to switch some of those to the black ones. Annoying battery placement in these cars is right here. Normally I have this screwed on, but I only put one of the screws in right now because I'm gonna put the car back in the garage and take the battery back out of it, because I'm probably not gonna drive it today. But one of the things I did was take off the screw-in side post terminals and put regular ones on there, because I hate not being able to put jumper cables appropriately on there or to have the alternator tested, so I converted that. And put a new alternator on it. It's also got a new starter that I put on it. Yeah, that's pretty much the most mechanical stuff that I've done to it. I need to replace one of these fans because one of the blue power cords is pulled out of the slot, meaning that zip tie right there is holding it in place so the fan works. But the other one works just fine. One of the most annoying things was that I was having a ground problem going to the electric fans, and that was after I had messed with some of the wiring trying to fix the coolant temperature sensor. And so I had to give up and take it to a mechanic and be like, I cannot find where the bad ground is, can you please find it for me? And he did, and he regrounded it, and the fans work fine now. And that's when he was telling me about how he was looking at some of the parts going to the coolant temperature sensor and the intake and all this other stuff, and he was like, this looks like it's been messed with pretty heavily. So you probably will never get that coolant temperature sensor to work right. I'm sure that I could, but don't really care enough to do that. So if the main problem with the car is that it has a little trouble starting and runs a little rich when you rev it, that's okay with me. I mean, look at this glorious hood. The whole freaking front of the car lifts up. I love that. One of the reasons why I wanted a C4 80s Corvette is because my grandfather had one when I was growing up, and it was in like 2008, 9, something in there, that I would ride around in his red 87 Corvette. And we'd ride all around upstate South Carolina, where I'm from, and we'd take the top off, go up to Asheville, North Carolina, and man, just good memories. And I just remember thinking, this is an awesome looking car, and you can do burnouts in this, and you just slide it all around and go fast and have fun. And you didn't hear that, Grandma? You didn't hear that, Grandma? Don't disown me. So this really just is everything that I love in a car. So there we go. This is my 1984 Chevrolet Corvette. Let me give you a little rundown of all the negative things to show you how much I don't care. All right, check it out. List time for all the negative stuff. Passenger side window does not go down because the regulator is shot. I have had both of the door cards off, and they do not reveal much workspace to work on the stupid door components. So I said, never mind. The passenger side window is currently zip tied in the full up position. Ba-boop boop. This one does work though, so regulator, keep holding on. There was no headliner when I got it. There still is no headliner, but there was the ugly foam that was still there, and so I took it off and spray painted it black and put it back. The radio does not work. The seat controls do work. Imagine that. The windshield wipers don't work. The air conditioning's all taken out of it. And so, all that being said, headlights work, engine works, tail lights work, blinkers work, transmission works, exhaust is great now. So, to me, that equals fun car. All right, before the video's over here, let me start it up and let me show you some more of this awesome exhaust. And yeah, and then we'll call it quits. You've made it all the way to the end of the video, which means you get to see a burnout video. This was taken before the exhaust was done, so it don't breathe so good, and it also looks a little dumb in the exhaust department, but that's okay. Check it out. Thank you for watching. Very much appreciate it. So there is my 1984 Chevrolet Corvette. Thank you for checking it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant. And hope you enjoyed the footage. Give me a like if you want to. Subscribe. Leave a comment. All the things. And we'll see you later. Peace. Goodbye.